Look at a crowd of strangers. Every single face is different. Now stretch that across all of history. Over 100 billion people have ever lived, and no two have ever shared the same face. Not one exact repeat in all that time. So why is every human face unique? Scientists measured it, and the answer is strange. Your face varies more than almost any body part, more than your height, your arms, or your hands. And evolution made you that way on purpose. Your face is a built-in identity badge, a label that says you are no one else. This is why no two faces are ever the same. First, how do we know faces vary so much? Scientists compared the human body, part by part. They measured thousands of people in detail: forehead height, ear size, and nose width, the distance between the eyes, and more. Then they checked it against other traits, like arm length, leg length, and total height. The faces varied far more than the rest. Two arms are often nearly the same length, but two noses can be wildly different, and one region varied the most of all: the triangle of the eyes, nose, and mouth. That small patch holds your strongest signature. Even police sketches focus on that triangle first. It is the most individual part of your body. No tape measure ever finds two that match. Across billions of people, every set differs, but variety alone is not the whole trick. The real secret is how the features combine. You might expect them to come in matched sets, a big nose beside big eyes and big ears, but scientists found the opposite is true. Facial features barely predict each other. A wide nose tells you nothing about the eyes. A long chin says nothing about the ears. Each feature is inherited on its own. Different genes control different parts of the face. Change one letter, and a nose can shift shape. Like separate dials, each set at random. With every dial spinning freely, the possible combinations explode. More faces than humans could ever exist, so a repeat is almost mathematically impossible. The odds against a stranger twin are staggering. Now here's the part that stunned scientists. Usually, evolution removes variety. It finds the best version and keeps it. Most organs are nearly identical from person to person. Two hearts, two livers, built to one design, but faces break that rule completely. Scientists studied the genes that shape faces. Those genes are unusually diverse, more varied than most of the human genome. Hundreds of gene regions shape the face alone. No single gene builds a face by itself. Evolution was not trimming the differences, it was actively protecting them. Scientists call this balancing selection. Nature keeps the variety alive on purpose. But why would being different be useful? The answer is that we are intensely social. In a group, you must tell people apart. Friend from stranger, ally from cheat. A unique face makes you instantly knowable. Being recognizable was a real advantage. It let our ancestors track favors and debts. So evolution made each of us look distinct. Distinctive faces became a kind of social currency. And this trait is far older than our species. Scientists checked the DNA of ancient humans. They looked at Neanderthals and Denisovans. The same face diversity genes were already there. They existed before modern humans did. Our extinct cousins had varied faces too. We even carry some of their genes today. The push to look unique is deeply ancient. It runs back hundreds of thousands of years. Long before language or cities or farming, humans were already growing unique faces. Recognizing each other came that early. It is one of our oldest social needs, older than fire-built hearths or shared graves. But why faces of all things? Why not unique smells or unique calls? Many animals use exactly those instead. A king penguin finds its mate by voice. In a colony of thousands, it listens, not looks. So penguin faces stay nearly identical. A dog maps its whole world through scent. For these animals, the face barely matters. A sheep knows its lambs largely by smell. But humans became creatures of the eye. We trusted sight above every other sense, so the face became our name and our signal. More telling than height, voice, or walk. We can name a friend from a single glance, and to read all those faces, we grew a special tool in the brain. And that tool is remarkable. Hidden in your brain is a face machine, a patch called the fusiform face area. Scientist Nancy Canwisher named it in the 1990s. It lights up almost only for faces, not for tools or houses or animals. Faces alone earned their own brain region. Not even written words get such dedicated hardware. It is so specialized it has a strange quirk. It even switches on in people born blind. The brain expects faces, with sight or without. It is wired for faces before we ever see one. And this region works astonishingly fast. Your brain spots a face in 1/10 of a second. That is faster than you can blink. Single brain cells can fire for one person's face. One neuron may answer to just one friend. It can also hold a vast library of them. The average person knows around 5,000 faces. Some people know many more, others fewer. Yet you recognize as familiar only about one face in 8 million. Yet our ancestors lived in bands under 100. Our face memory far outgrew those tiny groups. Your memory for faces is huge but choosy. It ignores millions to lock onto a few thousand. And it begins the moment you are born. Newborn babies, only hours old, already turn toward face-shaped patterns. Before they know a single word, they are hunting for the human face. Within days, they prefer their own mother's face. When this system breaks, life changes. About 1 in 40 people has face blindness. They cannot recognize their closest family. Some cannot even know their own reflection. The condition is called prosopagnosia. It shows how much we lean on this gift. For them, every face is a blank stranger. A rare few have the opposite talent. Super recognizers almost never forget a face. They can place a stranger seen once years before. Most of us sit somewhere in the middle. Face skill varies as much as height does. But the system has one funny side effect. It is so eager it sees faces everywhere. In clouds, in power outlets, in the fronts of cars, even in a slice of burnt toast. 2 dots and a line is all it takes. This false alarm is called pareidolia. Your brain flags these fake faces in milliseconds. A special response fires for illusory faces too. The same patch reacts to a face in a cloud. It treats anything face-like as a face first. And there's a deeper clue in your eyes. Humans are the only primate with white eyes. Other apes have dark eyes that hide their gaze. Our bright white lets others follow our look, and over 40 muscles move the human face, enough to make thousands of expressions. A few core expressions are read worldwide. Joy, fear, and anger look the same everywhere. Darwin first noted this over a century ago. It turned the face into a signal board. We follow a glance to know what others see. No other ape shares its gaze so openly. A way to share attention without a word. We read faces as whole patterns, not parts. Scientists call this holistic processing. Turn a face upside down and you struggle. Suddenly the features stop making sense. That is how tuned to faces you really are. We even read a face better than its parts. And here's why missing one was dangerous. For your ancestors, a face meant everything. A friend to trust or a rival to fear. Spotting it fast could save your life. A familiar face once meant food or safety. Missing a hidden one could end it, so your brain learned to play it safe. It fires at the faintest hint of a face. That is why they seem to watch you everywhere. Now think about your own face for a moment. It is a one-time event in all of history. A combination that never existed before, and will almost surely never come again. Shaped by genes, evolution kept diverse on purpose. No artist could design a fresher one. And inside your head sits its partner, a machine built to read everyone else's. You are a walking signature, and a walking signature reader. We became the species that knows faces, so unique faces and sharp recognition grew together, side by side. One is useless without the other. A unique face means nothing unseen, and sharp eyes need faces worth telling apart. So step back and see the full picture. Your face is 2 wonders at once, a signature no one has ever worn before, and a brain region devoted to reading others, both halves shaped by the same social pressure. Evolution made us all different on purpose, so we could find each other in a crowd. The most important thing for a human to know turned out to be other humans, so our bodies and brains bent toward each other. The next time you scan a sea of strangers, but remember what your brain is really doing. Sorting billions of unique faces in an instant. Hunting, always, for the ones it knows. That is why no 2 faces are ever the same. Each one a label, written by evolution, saying simply, there is only one of you.